So basically we've got, well, we started doing the wiring for the car, for the chassis harness. This is a relay box. This has constant power. This is going to starter. If you want to see up front, we have most of it already wired.
We mounted the battery. We put a chassis ground. We put a transmission ground. And I'm going to add power right here. And we're going to see some magic. Pablo, what's going to happen?
But it still doesn't have power to the ECU, so it's not going to fire. All right, we are in the process of actually wiring the car right now. So if you look at the photo that I just put up, then you'll be able to see that it was a whole mess before. And now that we have all that out of the way, I made a little plate down below. This is the new relay box that I showed in the first clip that we're using to power the car. The switch panel, it's right over here. Basically, the first one is a momentary switch for starter, then ignition and fuel. Off of this fuel is just going to be a signal. I know it's already relayed, but we're going to run it to an additional relay in the back and then also use that straight from the battery. That way we make sure that that's always constant and doesn't run off of this, only the trigger for it. Then we have the headlights and the dash lights, and by dash lights I mean the gauges that we're going to be running inside of the car on that switch, and then right here the fan. You could always add a little bit more with another switch panel, but that's basically all I need for now. So back to here. I've got the ECU mounted right there, got the coil unplugged, the tuck harness, and then this is for our distributor power. Then I have a chassis ground that I need to put, the ECU power, and then this one goes to the switch panel for the starter. Right here I have just loomed up my gauges. Then right here the power and ground for the gauges that is also going to run to that switch panel. And I couldn't get the dash to fit around this bar very well, and I wasn't too happy with cutting it. It didn't look very well, and I decided just to make one of these. So basically right here I have the area for my 3 gauges, the wideband, oil pressure, and boost gauge. Then down here I'm going to put my switch panel and just drop it backwards, and in this left corner right there is going to be a tablet that is going to be running off of the Hondata plug right there. And it's just going to be using Hondata's Windows viewer and everything. So if I wanted, I could live tune it essentially, and do everything like that. But I'm just going to be using it for display purposes, really. And here's the rest of the car. I know I haven't really done much update with it, but between coming here in the morning and working on it and being able to go to work in the afternoons, it's been kind of hectic. Since we are getting rid of the whole chassis harness, I'm doing an individual wiring for the headlights. So off of that switch we have the power going through here, which all of this is going to get loomed later for security, for safety. And then that has one power wire going to the headlight, and off of the headlight I have a ground directly right there. Off of that power wire then I have that bridged over to the other side. Don't worry, this will be all tucked and secure. Same thing right here, a direct ground to body and a power wire to the headlight. So that takes care of the front headlights. Off of that same switch, I'm going to be running one more power wire to the rear of the car. It's just going to go along the side of the inside. That's going to go to the back to do the running lights. So as soon as my headlights come on, my running lights come on. Then the brake, I'm going to do, for the brake switch, there's a plug off of the brake switch. It's on the other side, but it's just a little plug with 2 pins. Basically, when you press on the brake pedal, it activates a spring inside and it bridges a connection basically. So what we're going to do is supply constant power to it, so it's always just like lingering power at the brake switch, and when you press on the brake, regardless of if the car is on or not, it'll have that constant power, and it's going to send that power back to the back of the car, to the brake bulbs, and it's going to supply them power, and off of the brake we're going to do a chassis ground just as we did in the front of the car for the headlight. And that's not a big deal, you know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. And that pretty much is it, to be honest with you. Everything's coming together well. I am using the new CNC. It's not a new unit, but new to me. The CNC with a reservoir staging brake, because before I had the one that was in line. Not to say that it's a bad product at all, but it wasn't exactly what I was using to the best possible way, I guess you could say. So this is going to be more efficient. It has its own standalone brake system for the rear of the car. And off of the pedal, I just did off of the booster a line to the left front and a line to the front right. That way it's only front activated pedal, if that makes sense, and this is the activation for the rear, so it's standalone on each one. And I got rid of all the brake line mess that I had over here. Just to show you real quick. I'm gonna wrap this up and make it all nice. But for now, it's just bare metal. It's going to mount right here. Has a bracket to go onto the back right there. And I'm also gonna make a bracket to go onto the bar. And then it bolts on to where the steering column bolts on. And this is basically just the view of the dash, what it's gonna be. Very basic, very functional, nothing special. Just want it to work. But now I have to head to work, so I'm not gonna work on it much for the rest of the day, but I think I'll pass by my house real quick to take a shower and get ready for work and show you guys something that I also got in the mail in regards to our nitrous build. Real quick, just want to show you the dash that we were making out of metal. I actually just put some carbon fiber wrap so it doesn't look as ugly over it, and then just painted the back of it with some regular black paint. Let that dry overnight, and tomorrow we should be doing the install if my tablet comes in time, so we can do the gauge on the left hand side. But yeah, let me show you what I got in the mail today. Okay, so skip forward a couple hours. I just got home from work and this was waiting at my house when I got home. I am super happy to open it up. I actually have two packages, one of which I'll open up first, do the small one. And this isn't anything crazy nice, but as you guys know, the cage is completely in now. So having to do the hoop and the 10-point and everything, we had to remove the windshield. And in turn, getting a new windshield is the next on the list. So right here from Andrew Wood, thank you very much. He's the guy who made my banner last time, and he was able to supply me with a new one. I'm gonna put a link to his business down below because he really does a great job with this product. So I am super stoked to have that back on the car. And now, let's see if you guys can guess in the next 10-15 seconds that I open this up what this is exactly. I can tell you it's not for my Integra. It is for the Nitrous build. And not many people do it nowadays, at least. Yes, I got cupcakes. No. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, I hate when they use the packaging peanuts. Since he loves Coca-Cola. Yeah, set my camera down so I can do this with two hands. All right, I've got that out of the box. Now to Coca-Cola and Sprite box. Got a few seconds to guess what I have. For those of you who guessed, it is a crank. But it's not just any crank. It is an Eagle 95mm stroker crank. I actually got this for a great deal online. So this is what I'm going to be using in my nitrous build. It's going to make from a 2.0 to a 2.2 using the piston size and everything that I'm currently running. So if you aren't familiar with this, some people normally do like an old style stroker kit. And for some reason, not many people do it anymore. It's not very common. A lot of people say it's because of the rod to stroke ratio. And I wish I could speak more about that, but unfortunately I don't know very much about that. So if somebody wants to chime in down below, I'd be happy to listen. I'll put this right here just so we can get a good look at it. Obviously this is all gonna get cleaned up, but if I'm not mistaken, the crank is brand new and we got it for super cheap. Journals all look perfect, no issues whatsoever. And I think, yeah, the stamp right there, Eagle. Focus on it. Well, it's not focusing right now, but I have that. Now the thing is, when you use one of these in like a B20 to do a stroker kit, you actually have to change the rods. So these B series non-VTEC B18 B20 rods that I was going to be using, I'm not going to be able to use them anymore, which brings me to my next package that arrived a few days ago. Come over here in the package. I have got B16 Manley rods with high compression pistons, which these are 81mm, so I'm not going to be able to use them. But these beauties right here, Manley H-beam rods off of a B16, because I think the B18 and B20 rod is 137 millimeters long, if I'm not mistaken, and the B16 is 134, which would coincide with the stroke of this crank and be able to use it in a non-VTEC block to make it a 2.2, because if not, you would have your piston basically coming out of the deck itself. This isn't the block that we're using, by the way. This is just one that I had laying around. So if I stuck with the stock or the B20 LS pistons, the piston would come up to like right here. But using a shorter rod, you can stick up to the regular area and not hit the head, obviously. In other news, I have a question for you guys. It is August 14th right now. Honda Day, as many of you may know, is September 15th and 16th, so 1 month from now. Should I go? It's about 800 miles from me, and if I go, obviously, I'd love to take my car. Money is a little bit of the issue. Obviously, when you're not thinking of going to an event and you have to trailer your car super far, it's gonna have to be budgeted into your monthly expenses, or at least I do. I try to do that. I can do it, but I would have to really analyze everything and do some numbers. I really want to go. A lot of great stuff would happen if I do go. I want to know what you guys think. Should I put some money aside and go to Honda Day, or should I dive in fully into the Nitrous build and finish this in the next month or two, let's say? I want you to let me know in the comment section down below. I'm pretty made up in my mind already in what direction I'm going, but I really want to hear what you guys think about this. If I do go to Honda Day, like I said, the Nitrous build will be set back maybe about 2 months, since I'll be paying for everything going there and staying there and food and everything. So that's an obvious if. And if I stay, the Nitrous build goes full effect. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm super stoked with this whole setup that I'm going to be doing with the Nitrous build, as well as how the Integra is coming along. Tomorrow morning, I'm going back to the shop to finish the wiring up. So I'll be doing another update video on that. It'll probably be released in like a day or two. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section below, guys. I really want to see what you guys think about the Honda Day or Nitrous build thing. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, and peace.